Hi everyone, I'm Donna Hamilton and I am a resident of Dickeyville, and this is Bill Schultheis, who is our village historian, I think we could safely call you.
One of them.
One of them.
No,
he has done a lot of study about Dickeyville, and today we're going to take people on a walking tour and show some of the highlights of Dickeyville. Dickeyville is a wonderful example of a restored 19th century mill village. It reminds many of a small New England town or a European village. People who live here are attracted not only to the history of the place, but also to the sense of community. Located in the western part of Baltimore City, Dickeyville lies along the Gwynns Falls, adjacent to Leakin Park, one of the largest metropolitan parks in the country. So Bill, I've always heard this is one of the oldest houses in Dickeyville.
Yes, this was part of the original Franklin paper mill, which opened in 1808. But this building was actually twice as long as this, so you could get probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 people living in this building.
When we moved in here, the fireplace was covered with, cupboards and so forth. And you can just sort of see the mantle in this picture.
And then a guy named Lewin Weather bought the mill for his 3 middle sons. They also imported a lot of workers from England.
And they also lived here in Workers' House.
And when Shirley and I first moved here, it was intoxicating. We still enjoy it, but it's good to do something like this because you can be intoxicated again. It's sort of like, after a while it's harder and harder to get drunk, I suppose.
There's this story about making gray cloth at night and blue cloth at day. No, they couldn't do that.
I have heard that. They couldn't do that.
They could not do that.
That's not true.
You could not switch over the machinery that easily.
It was a great story.
Right, yeah. Theodore Roosevelt was making a tour of the state. So when Roosevelt came here, in 1899, the entrance to the office was up there. And he got up there on the little porch and made a speech. And the mill owners gave the workers a 15-minute recess to hear him speak.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam?
How you work in tandem with government, with agencies to make Dickeyville one of the best neighborhoods in Baltimore City. So hats off to you, Dickeyville, on the 4th of July.
And so today
it's building. But and people still live here.
Yes, right.
So it's occupied and
has a gallery in the
now there's
bottom.
a gallery in the bottom.
These 3 houses are unique. They're part of the Weathers plan to make this a community green. Then when the place was redeveloped in the 1930s, then they were expanded and
modernized.
Yes, modernized.
It's a little fun at the moment because you can see here's some of this is the original lathing from the old 1840-ish house.
Sometimes we can sense the families that have lived here before us. People who spend the night on our 3rd floor almost feel like it's haunted in a nice way.
So in 1872, Mr. Dickey finally bought the place. He began to make improvements right away, and one of the things he wanted was a storehouse, and this was the storehouse he built in 1872.
This is a huge building, really.
Yes, but it was strictly a warehouse for finished products. After Mr. Dickey built the warehouse, the woolen factory burned down, and so Mr. Dickey had to rebuild it, and he needed more housing, so he put in these 2 places here.
Well, welcome to my house. This house was built in 1877 as a duplex for 2 of the mill workers' families. The dividing line actually ran right about down here.
William J. Dickey had wanted to be a Presbyterian minister, and his father made him become a weaver. So when he finally got control of this area, he decided he wanted his own Presbyterian church.
And it's still a Presbyterian church today?
It's still a Presbyterian church.
Yeah, it's a beautiful church.
Yeah, it is.